Hey, everybody, welcome to Poduty in the News. We're doing a different intro every day. This time I messed up and I left DJ Sky on stage, but don't worry, I'm coming. Hey, everybody, it's November 1st, Saturday, November 1st, 2025. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving ween, Halloween. DJ Sky, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. This is going to be a ton of fun.
This is our witty pre-show banter segment where we just kind of talk about, catch up a little bit. And before the show, I say you can't go to an event in this town without DJ Sky involved. You have to be the most hired, most working DJ in this town. If there's an event happening, there's trivia, there's something going on in Tarentum, DJ Sky is probably attached to it or helping promote it because you're always so generous with other people's events. And you're promoting everything all the time.
Because we're all in this together. And if you can't help out your neighbor, nobody's going to want to help you out. But I just told people hostage, I'm like, if you don't hire me, I am not coming. No, I'm joking. But it's just the love that Tarentum gives. Because if you give an ounce of love, it will come back to you. And I've been in this town 40 years. Yeah. So everybody's just stuck with me at this point.
That I was another joke that I had is there's something in the water in the area that we live in, because I found out about 6 months ago that you had your birthday party next door, and you're like, hey, I'm so excited. I just turned 40. And I'm like, 40? Like, you're like 28 or 29, and nobody believes that I'm 50.
Right.
So, like, if you're thinking about finding the fountain of youth, it's probably in the AK Valley somewhere. Like, Skylar's 40, I'm 50. There's 90 years on this stage, and I don't think we look it.
There is a secret, but I can't tell you now. But if you message me later, I can tell you what that secret is.
It's for the low price of $99 a month for eternity. If you're out there watching, leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. The show we've been live streaming this now about 5 or 6 weeks, and the live stream audience is starting to be very receptive to us. And we've been getting some good comments. And LinkedIn is kind of our strong point with Poduty in the News, maybe because it's a news show or I just have better connections on LinkedIn. I don't know.
It all depends on where you have more people to follow you at. So if LinkedIn is working for you, so stick with it.
And so all those events that we talk about where DJ Sky's there, how do people reach out to you? Do you have a best way to contact you?
You can contact me through Facebook, which is just right now Skylar Hayden, spelled with an O. But I'm on social media, Instagram. Everything is derivative of just Skylar Hayden. I try to keep it simple because if you like me, you'll remember me. If you don't like me, you'll really remember me.
Last year you did Valley's Homecoming. Did you do Valley's this year too?
I did not do Valley's Homecoming.
Can I give you some feedback about if they remembered you or if they don't remember you?
Sure.
My daughter goes to Valley.
Okay.
And last year she said, "Oh, DJ was pretty good. We had a good time." I don't think kids think about they just like, "Hey, we danced the whole time. We had a good time." This year, I don't know who the DJ was, but she did not like the DJ. So she remembered the DJ this year. She's like, "I wish DJ Sky came back."
I have prom. So I have prom.
All right.
So if she's going to prom, tell her to come say hi.
All right, Valley Prom, DJ Sky will be there. The kids noticed.
Yes. And I noticed too, because Valley is one of my favorite schools. The energy that the kids give, the positivity that the kids have, those kids are awesome. I love going to Valley.
Valley is like the happiest place on earth. Like they say Penn State is Happy Valley, but the Valley in New Ken is these kids are incredible. And these kids don't get all the resources that the big schools get. They make so much out of what they have. It is incredible, like how resourceful, how funny, how hilarious they are. Like I'm tearing up. Yeah. Like these kids are amazing in New Ken. And if you ever get a chance to support New Ken, get out there and do it.
And it goes with the teachers as well, because I've been with Valley for a good while. These teachers, they show up, they decorate, they make sure every kid gets home safe. If a kid doesn't have a way, they figure it out. And you don't really get that, especially with the big schools. Every kid who is involved make sure that they are accounted for, and that's really cool right there.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah, the teachers of Valley, that was something that blew my mind. I've been in New Kensington for about 25 years now, and when we started, there was this kindergarten program that they offered, and just that first introduction to to Valley, I was blown away. I thought they would just learn like square and oranges are orange. Like they were doing like very complex reasoning and like figuring things out and tying knots. I'm like, the level that they started the kids at was phenomenal. So the hats off to Valley for sure. With we only have a few more years left with our kids there, so it's coming to an end. But we found our forever home in New Kent, so we'll be living there forever for our forever, I guess. Yeah.
For sure. So, anything new with you? What do you have going on coming up?
Well, tonight we got the Pittsburgh Podcast Meetup, a free event. I buy tonight. I switched it from pizza to sandwiches.
Ooh.
So if you're interested in that, we got some great events coming up. We'll plug them at the end of the show. We got our first comedy special comedy night coming up. We have improv class. So we're trying to do other things to find and build up the talent for the stage, because the more that we can get people comfortable on the stage in this area, the more entertainment we can provide back to the community. So we're trying these classes. I'm going to do a Learn to Podcast class, a 3-hour immersive. Because the one thing I'm finding out in these Pittsburgh meetups is there's a lot of interest in people podcasting. They don't know what that means. They don't know how to record. They don't know how to distribute. There's like the word is becomes like easy, like Kleenex. Everybody knows Kleenex is facial tissue. People know podcasting is something you listen to.
Yes.
But behind the scenes, like how does that all come together? So I'm going to do a 3-hour immersive, everything you wanted to know about podcasting, but didn't know what to ask session. It's coming up in sometime, I think November, coming up in November.
That's soon. That's right around the corner.
Yeah. That one's just $25, and it's 3 hours. I'll do before and after Q&A. We'll hang out. We'll meet and greet. It'll be a good time. It's live streamed or in person, so that should be a lot of fun. How about you? What's any big things coming up? I know you just did the Tarentum crawl, or you were doing a different.
I was at the Tarentum crawl, but I had a private reunion in the same place as the crawl.
Yeah, during events, you have gigs during those events. Yeah.
The whole undercurrent of what's going on is pretty cool. We're just trying to get the website built. Just got to get used to posting, because I have a lot of archive footage that I just have to get out there. And trivia is expanding. I do trivia at the Pro Hub pretty much every other Thursday. Now we're expanding to Barrel and Bloom, which is in Upper Borough, Lower Borough, right in between there. We're just trying to grow and just do it whatever we can.
Yeah, you do Name That Tune trivia too?
I do Name That Tune. That's the opposite Thursday of trivia.
Okay.
So
every Thursday, DJ Sky's doing some sort of game show or trivia. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we have going on. Just building and just trying to just get better.
All right. For those of you joining us, we do, it's coffee with Poduty in the news this morning. We've got our Harvest Moon. We did, we went down a little bit early, got our drinks already. But if you're having coffee with us, no matter where you're at, leave us a comment. Let us know. We got a couple of you watching already. We're going to kind of wrap up the pre-show witty banter now that people have filed in. Let me get rid of, so you said I know you're working on a website, and I'm happy to, I think I gave you some tips and tricks, and happy to help you put some things together, but we got to get that site up for you so people can book.
But I'm still word of mouth, one job at a time. I can't worry about a job that I may or may not get. I just want to do a good job for who hires me up front. So I just like it. It's so much fun. Me and Casey, she keeps me in line and she keeps me organized, but whenever we're together, she makes my life a whole lot easier. So she's my booking manager.
That's behind every great DJ is a great booking manager.
A great booking manager. Funny story. The one weekend, I should say, I was off and she was working, and she was mad at me. And I said, "You can't get mad at me. You didn't book me out. It's not my fault you're working."
Oh my goodness. We've got 6 great stories coming your way. I couldn't find all my buttons over here. We're going to get into the show. Are you ready? Yes. We've got some college stories, UK tours, New York comedy, and some history. Let's start the show. Hey, everybody, welcome to Poduty in the News for for Saturday, November 1st, 2025. I'm Jeff. I'm joined with a very special guest, DJ Sky. We're talking UK tours, football, history that doesn't suck, and podcast meetups.
What time is it? What time is it? It's time for Poduty and the News. Poduty and the News. The only live news podcast about podcasting from the stage. Poduty and the News. Poduty and the News. The only live news podcast about podcasting from the stage.
The only live news podcast about podcasting from the stage. I'm Jeff Revilla, joined with DJ Sky. DJ Sky, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. This is going to be awesome.
We have a good time. I've been here about a year and a half now, and we were joking before the show a little bit. Every time I'm in town and I have a show somewhere else in Tarentum, DJ Sky is doing something. You have to be the most booked DJ in the area.
I'm trying. It's just nice that people still want to book with me and work with me.
Yeah, hashtag blessed.
Yes, upright and blessed, because we both have been down
Yeah.
for weeks.
Yeah, when I tore my Achilles this summer, this place was closed for 3 months at a time, and we were trying to do some trivia shows, and I just couldn't get enough momentum. Me being down, and so if you ever in Tarentum Thursday night somewhere, DJ Sky is doing either trivia somewhere or name that tune every other week. You can find it. Soon he'll have a website,
Yes.
and you'll be able to see his schedule posted on there. And one of the other things we were joking about, this would be for the podcast, but when I didn't know how old you were when I moved here and had this theater open. And it was one Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I think you were cleaning up the Praha from next door. You had a birthday party, and you're like, man, I had such a great time. I think you got engaged that night.
Yes.
And then you're like, and then you said, I turned 40. And I was like, 40? I was like, I would have, if I had to guess how old you were, I would say 27, 28, 29. Very young. And when I tell people I'm 50,
Right, you don't look
people don't think I'm 50.
50
So
either.
the joke is if you're looking for the fountain of youth, it could be Tarentum. There's something in the water here.
I think it's the fluoride.
Lots of fluoride. Well, we got 6 great stories for you. DJ Sky's here with us all morning, well, for about 45 minutes. And then we'll get into them. Are you ready? Whoop. My Chromebook is slow. Let's see. Here we go. All this gets edited out. That's why we do this live.
Hey,
All right, here we go. Oh, I put it back on. Hey, our first story tonight comes to us from Urban Myers. The Triple Option Podcast goes live at Urban Myers Pint House. It's a football fan's dream come true. The Triple Option Podcast is going live at Urban Myers Pint House in Dublin, Ohio, just in time for the Buckeyes Penn State weekend. Coach Urban Meyer, Mark Ingram, and Rob Stone are taking the stage for an unfiltered night of game stories, rivalries, and insider strategy, straight from the guys who lived it. This one's free, open to all ages, and packed with giveaways, drinks, and plenty of Buckeye pride. And since it's Halloween Eve, fans are encouraged to come dressed as their favorite Big Ten coach. Yes, even Connor Stallions, if you dare. With 3 legends fired up and a fired up crowd and Wendy's as a sponsor, this live taping might be the biggest kickoff before kickoff. And this is one of those stories that when you hear something, okay, somebody started a podcast, they love this sports town, they love their Buckeyes, and they're going to do a live show. They found a location, they're inviting their fans, they got Wendy's as a sponsor. That's pretty impressive. It's a great way, I think, maybe to bring the community together and talk about the things they love. What did you take from this story?
the cool thing that I took from this story, it's all about your alma mater. as soon as you graduate, you are with them for life. So the fact that you can relive your glory days and still celebrate and still look forward to the future because it's all about building, that's really, really cool because not a lot of people are doing that. You just relive your glory days by yourself in the corner of a bar and nobody wants to hear your stories.
Yeah, I did the old Statue of Liberty play for a touchdown against Aliquippa. Can you believe it? 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And the host of these shows were part of the school, right? They went to the school there and they loved it. And what did they find? They found other people who also loved their school, and they're bringing them together. They're bringing them together to celebrate their sports history, their legacy, their current. I don't know how they did against Penn State. Well, that'll be today, I guess, huh?
Well, they beat them last year.
Yeah,
I believe.
So they're rolling high off of last year's
They're
game.
rolling high.
So if you're part of an organization, if you're part of some neighborhood community group, there's an opportunity for you to get together and bring people like you together. I bet even HOAs could have a podcast where they talk smack on the president.
Well, the HOA, yes, but I don't think the president would like it too much.
They charged me $45 because I didn't have my bushes 2 inches off the top. I was like,
Left my garbage can out past 3.
Yeah. It's called the HOA heckler. It's just tenants talking smack on their HOA. Let's go. Oh, we didn't go to the first story. Let's go to that second story. I probably should have gave you the clicker on this one. Dare to Disrupt goes live with Jerry Parsons at Penn State Brandywine. We've got another college story. You're going to see a pattern with a lot of the stories we've done over the last few weeks. Colleges are really leaning into podcasts for entertaining their students, for showcasing their alumni, and showing what's possible once you graduate college. So this one comes to us from Penn State University. Innovation met inspiration at Penn State Brandywine as Dare to Disrupt hosted a special live recording with CTDI founder and chairman Jerry Parsons. The Penn State alum shared how he turned a garage startup into a global tech powerhouse, all while keeping it in the family business. Host Ryan Newman guided the conversation through Parsons' early struggles, breakthrough moments, and his honest take on what it really takes to build something lasting. It's not magic. You need a good idea and a ton of hard work. Students filled the room for a Q&A, eager to learn from one of Penn State's most successful entrepreneurs. For anyone chasing their own big idea, this live taping proved that disruption doesn't come from luck. It comes from grit, persistence, and a spark of nitty lion ingenuity. Ingenuity. I just made the blooper reel.
Yeah, we're gonna have to write that down.
Yeah.
Ingenuity.
You want to take this one? Start off with what did you take from this story?
What I took from this story is he is creating a chance for after you graduate, especially if this is your major. Even if it's not your major, you can still show up to this class and learn how to. He's giving you the blueprint. He's giving you the blueprint on how you did it, on how he did it. Now you just got to adapt it to how you're going to do it.
Yeah, and for a student perspective too. Okay, I'm going to school. I'm taking on a lot of debt to study the thing that I love to do. Let's see if there's some light at the end of the tunnel. And I think events like this show you that, hey, this guy did something. He made something out of what he studied. He built a business, made a family business. And if anything, some of the weirdest connections in your life come from events like this. If you just shook his hand afterwards, you thank him for his story. Those are little things that people remember. And a couple years down the road, maybe you run into him at a brunch and you say, hey, I was at that speech you gave. I really liked it. That kind of connection is like, oh, why don't you reach out to my HR department? So attending events like this are very important for students to make those connections, build those bridges, but also, I think, see what's possible, like you said.
And especially after all these events, everybody is open to getting emails because they just never know who they're going to find.
Yeah.
So they're going to willingly sift to find the next person to take their spot.
Yeah, I'm sure that if you're an owner, a CEO of a business, and somebody comes to see you speak, and they're that interested, that's probably a good prospect for hiring down the road because they're taking this very seriously. They come out on a Saturday morning, and hear what you got to say. Let's move on. We're going back to the UK. Oh, At Home with the Buckleys hits the road for a UK tour. This comes to us from the Herald, Wales. From YouTube screens to theater stages, At Home with the Buckleys is going live across the UK. James Buckley, yes, Jay from the In-Betweeners, and his wife Claire are stepping out from behind the camera for their first ever tour, Out with the Buckleys. The duo's hit podcast and YouTube channel have already made fans laugh, cringe, and cheer from home. But now, audience will see a raw, unedited version of the couple as they bring their hilarious chemistry and no topic off limits banter to 13 cities, starting at London's legendary Palladium. Expect laughs, honesty, and a lot of nonsense as the Buckleys prove that married life, when shared with the world, can be awkwardly beautiful and brilliantly funny. And yeah, that's the In-Betweeners.
Yeah, they look vaguely familiar.
This is one of those instances where I talk about my theater and what I built and why I think this is a future model for podcasters. And this is somebody doing that on a scale far beyond what this little place can do. And they're able to take what they built, find an audience online, talking about their marital problems, the struggles, the fun times, the happy times, and connecting with other people. And they've done that through YouTube and a podcast. And now they're like, okay, well, let's take that into the world. Let's go to 13 cities. Let's do a small tour and bring our community together. And when we look at these types of events, there's a couple things that I tell people that you may not have heard this. So you're going to hear my podcast math real quick. When you host a podcast, you're looking to get about $20 per 1,000 downloads for ad rates. So if you can get 1,000 people to download your podcast, about $20 per 1,000 you can charge for ads. And 90% of podcasters do not get to 1,000 downloads. So it's a very high bar to reach. And if you could, you're going to make about $20. So what I say is when you do events like this, if you look at what the In-Betweeners and Jay is doing here with his wife, James, he's going out with probably a skeleton crew, maybe a little bit of a stage design, lighting design, sound, and he's filling these theaters and these spaces to do these live events. And when you look at like what you do here in the theater, if you were to bring in 4 people to have a live show, those 4 people paid $10. The way that it works here, you get $5 you get half of every ticket. So 4 people watching you would give you $20. That's the same amount as trying to get to 1,000 downloads. So for 90% of podcasters who can't get 1,000 downloads, I think this business model makes a lot of sense. And when you look at somebody scaling this, they're scaling it in a way that this could be the only thing they do all year is these 13 dates. Now, obviously, there's prepping and planning and getting everything together, but you can make significant money taking your podcast on the road and connecting it with your audience.
Because I believe we still are in a society of see it, hear it, feel it, and touch it. Now, they might like them on their podcast, but it makes the experience more personal when you can actually see them, hear them, shake their hand. So that's actually really cool too, because they're bridging the gap to fans that they may not reach on their podcast or YouTube channel.
Yeah, the level of connection is exponential when you see somebody in person. Like you said, you can see them, you can see how they react in the moment. How do they think when they're on stage, when they're under pressure? You can afterwards shake their hand, thank them. Hey, all those episodes you've been doing for years, they crack me up. I fall asleep to you. Like my wife and I watch you at night. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You could never do that with a digital file, with an MP3 file.
Because even sending the message in the stream and the feed, I mean, it gets lost after a couple seconds. So you might feel left out that they didn't respond to you right away. They just might not have seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great way to bring your podcast to the community, share what you love with the people who also love what you do. So keep thinking about live events as part of your business model for your podcast, even for your business. If you're somebody who's looking for leads, maybe you're an accountant or a consultant, speaking gigs, live podcasts are a great way to help grow your business. And they're doing it on the entertainment side. Then you add in merch, you add in sponsorships, you add in all these other things that come along with doing a live event. And the Buckleys they're doing it right in the UK. Let's head over to New York City. We're going to Civic Nerd. Civic Nerd Comedy took over New York City. By the time October's wrapped up, which was yesterday, New York proved that local politics can be just as funny as national headlines. Comedians Charlie Todd and Casey Lindquist, the husband and wife duo behind Not in My Backyard, brought their rebranded live podcast to the Upright Citizens Brigade on October 29th, and it was a hit. What started years ago as two beers in, a loose political chat over drinks, has evolved into a smart, hilarious deep dive into city life, from congestion pricing and weed shops to community board drama. Since shifting focus to hyperlocal issues, their shows have been packed, drawing an audience that loves to laugh and stay informed. The rise of civic nerd comedy is turning neighborhood debates into punchlines, and audiences can't get enough. Forget Washington, the funniest politics right now are happening right outside your apartment door.
That would be cool to watch, because taking something so serious and just breaking it down to where it's comically relieving, it makes it that much easier to understand, and you can actually see it from a different side.
Yeah, blend in their comedy background, their improv skills. Your Upright Citizens Brigade, I'm assuming they're doing some improv there as well. They're performers, and they're mixing what they love, which is probably performing, making people laugh and telling stories, with current events, which is a hot button topic with a lot of people right now, everywhere. Like, so we're having a good time. Like you said, maybe letting the air out of some of the tension a little bit through laughter, through sharing these common grounds, and having a good time. Like, this is a night out, probably for a few bucks, $5-10.
And they're bringing the news to life.
Yeah.
It's like right there, it's getting acted out. It may be very loose to what it's supposed to mean, but you can actually see it and it'll make sense to somebody.
Yeah.
Or just send you cracking up.
Having a good time. And it used to be two beers in. So this is, the evolution of your podcast journey. They didn't start this way, but they started something. They took a hiatus, and then people were like, hey, whatever happened to that show? And they started to re-envision it. They started to think, how can we bring this to life? And the way they're bringing it to life is in front of a live audience. They're having these live shows. They're selling tickets. Then they're also recording the show to release it as their actual podcast.
And the nice thing about it is it's local. So you really don't have to travel far to see them. And then since they are releasing the episode, you are part of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, something you hear yourself laughing in the background.
Or sneeze.
Yeah. Here we go. Story number 5 already. We're moving right along. How about history that doesn't suck? This comes to us from the West Hampton Beach. On October 25th, the hit podcast History That Doesn't Suck transformed the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center into a time machine. Hosted by historian and professor Greg Jackson, the live show, titled Unlikely Union, took audiences on a whirlwind journey through the first 100 years of America's history, complete with music, sound effects, and cinematic visuals. Jackson, who also hosts the chart-topping podcast, didn't record this one for the feed. Let's keep that in mind for our discussion. It was a full-blown stage production. The show combined storytelling, humor, and historical insight, showing how the idea of the United States, once considered harebrained, somehow held together through revolution, compromise, and the chaos of the Civil War. Audiences got the energy of a rock concert with the depth of a history class, as Jackson reminded everyone that democracy hasn't always been messy, resilient, and worth celebrating. It has always been. It's always been messy. Oh, man. I guess we've been worried about nothing. Democracy has always been messy, resilient, and worth celebrating, it turns out. History doesn't really suck when it's told like this. And one of the things I took from this was they didn't record this. This was a podcast. And hey, come watch us do a live show. And they didn't record this. So if you're a true fan, this show built an exclusive experience, one time only to see it. If you weren't there, you missed out. The people in the audience, they get the chance to talk about that for the rest of their life. The rest of people missed out on it.
That's
So-
a severe case of FOMO.
Yeah. So having these exclusive events, once you have a community, once you have an audience, you don't always have to record everything. You can do something special for the people in the audience.
And then the nice thing about that, the word of mouth will build. So even though they're just at the beach, they are going to need a bigger place. And the more people that see it, hear it, they can learn and still have a good time. So that's the cool part about that.
Yeah, West Hampton Beach. Is that where they sell $100 orange juice? I'm not sure. Let's go to story number 6. Our last story tonight, or this morning, I forget what time it is, but we do these meetups, and there's a great one coming up in Austin. It's November 5th. We like to share these other meetups because it's not just what we do here in the theater. All these ideas that we're talking about and discussing, these are things that are happening in your community, your area. Go out and support people. And if you have any interest in podcasting, this is a great way to do it in Austin. This comes to us from KUT.org. Early next week, Austin's podcasters, producers, and storyteller enthusiasts will come together at KUT Public Media Studios for a special podcast meetup to celebrate the city's vibrant audio community. The free event, held on November 5th, featured tours of the KUT and KUTX studios led by Elizabeth McQueen, along with plenty of pizza, drinks, and inspiration. That's what I do. I buy pizza for everybody. That's a podcaster's secret weapon. Yeah. Creators swapped ideas, made new connections, and got a behind-the-scenes look at how KUT and KUTX craft award-winning local shows that amplify Austin's people, music, and culture. Whether you're a first-time podcaster or a seasoned producer, this meetup proved that the heart of Austin beats loudest when its storytellers come together. What do you think of doing meetups like this?
Community meetups are really cool because not everybody reads the paper, gets the paper, but you know what's going on down the street from your house, and it's all accessible. You can get there by walking, and they're really fun because you just never know what your neighbor's doing. So you just got to get on, just support.
Yeah, and an event like this where this is also built around a skill set. Learning the podcast, I think, is a skill set. You have to learn how to entertain, how to talk from the stage, how to not say and you learn these things over time from being in front of people. And where are you going to go to learn these things? Well, how about the people in your community that are doing it? Learn from your neighbor who's editing 3 shows a week in their basement. They don't talk to anybody, but when they go to an event like this, they grab a slice, they get a drink. They're probably meeting 20 other podcasters that they didn't know even existed in Austin. That is a weakness of podcasting. You can release a podcast and you have no idea where that podcast is from. They could be next door, they could be in California. But events like this bring people in the Austin area to the event center.
And then the same thing about meetups. If you're struggling with something, you never know who is having that same struggle. And then you too can find somebody else who's in the room who already went through that struggle and can help you through it.
Yeah. They always say you're the sum of the 5 people you're in contact with the most. So if you're 5 new friends or 5 new podcasters from the Austin meetup, your podcast is going to be as good as those 5 people who are already doing it. So, make better connections. Make connections with people that are doing the things that you love. Go to the events that are supporting the things you love. Like, they'll do more of these if people show up. Like, we do the Pittsburgh podcast meetup monthly because people show up and want to learn about podcasting. If you're in Austin, if you're in Indianapolis, Chicago, I'll keep naming cities, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, Los Angeles.
And that's a cool way for your viewers to grow too, because if you network with 5 other people, they can tell their followers to follow you and vice versa. And then that way everybody's just growing together.
Yeah, I will tell you, just from our meetups, people have guested on other people's shows. People have co-hosted other people's shows. I've had people that I met co-host this show with me from the Pittsburgh Podcast Meetup. It's just the best way to meet people who are doing the things that you love. Let's go to our plugs and promotions. I got Poduty shirts. You see me wearing them every week. $10 a shirt, only at the Poduty Podcast Theater. Come in 4 colors, 5 sizes. We've got some shows coming up. We have the next Pittsburgh Podcast Meetup, December 6th. It's the first Saturday of every month, if you haven't caught on yet. But December 6th is that Pearl Harbor Day? That's the 7th. 6th or 7th. History is... We have to go.
I think it's the 6th.
Let's go back to history. It doesn't suck. Let's go. December 6th, we'll be having slices of pizza and remembering Pearl Harbor Day. 6 p.m. Stop if you're in person. 7 p.m. for the live stream. We've got Tamara. Tamara set a goal. This is my favorite story of the theater so far. She's like, I just want to sell 10 tickets. And I said, let's do it. I don't have any minimums. There's no contracts. If you want to do 10 tickets, that's your goal, great. She's at 17 already.
Oh, wow.
So she's almost going to double her goal. It's her season 1 wrap up, like season 2 kickoff. It's kind of this in between. It's the Nailed It Motherhood podcast. It's live next Saturday, November 8th, 6 p.m. You can watch it in theater or online. Our improv class is back. Paul Mattingly, free improv class. Come take a class. It's 2 hours. It's a lot of fun. We get anywhere from 10 to 15 people show up, and that's like the perfect size for an improv class. We clear out all the chairs in the theater, and they're just doing improv in the center here. I'm going to be teaching November 22nd. It's the Learn to Podcast class with old Jeffers. 3 hours, fully immersive. This one's a $25, but I always cater. So there'll be food, there'll be drinks, there'll be chips and snacks, and you're going to get 3 hours of your podcast questions answered. Our first comedy special coming up the day after Thanksgiving, our Black Friday comedy special, Devon Magwood is going to be here. We've got 5 total comedians taking the stage for the first time ever on the Poduty Podcast Theater, and we're looking to do regular comedy events. I've had so many people come in here and say, this is a comedy club. And if you've heard me talk about this, yes, the model of business that I'm doing is very similar to a comedy club. I didn't invent something here, but improv, comedy, this theater is also perfect for that. And so we're going to start trying it out, hopefully to get some improv, regular occurring things going on. Jessica Sutton, met her at a Pittsburgh podcast meetup. She's going to do a 3-hour immersive audio fiction primer. So if you ever wanted to do like an audio drama, some sort of podcast where you're telling stories and narrating, she's a showrunner for a great podcast. She's going to share what she's learned being a showrunner and producing an audio drama podcast. That's coming up in December after Christmas. So check it out at poduty.com. And one I'm excited about, the Tarentum Holiday Spectacular. DJ Sky will be on the stage either December 3rd or December 4th. We haven't put the schedule together yet, but we're going to have every 10 minutes, a Tarentum business is going to take the stage. We're going to tell their story. We're going to plug and promote. We're going to show what they sell. If they have a video produced, we'll play their video. It's 10 minutes at a time. There's going to be 12 business owners per night for 2 nights, and we're going to just keep telling their story and put Tarentum on the map and have Tarentum businesses finish out 2025 super strong. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We've a ton of registrations, and I've got about a half dozen businesses so far. So we're still looking for Tarentum businesses, but keep those registrations coming in. And in 2026, we got the Humorous podcast where humor meets chaos. That's coming up in 2026. Check the website for the dates. They're coming in from like Connecticut or New Hampshire. They'll be traveling through town, and they're going to stop here. And I wouldn't be remiss if I didn't let DJ Sky close out the show tonight. DJ Sky, tell us where can people find you, connect with you? What's the best way to get you out there? Even how about corporate gigs? You like doing corporate gigs?
I like it all.
They fly you out to Hawaii. Will you take the gig?
I would probably stay there, but yes, I'll go. Me and Casey will go. You can find me on Facebook. It's just Skylar Hayden. Same with my Instagram. My TikTok is DJ Sky Boogie, probably 2003. Everything is derivative of that, but you can always find me. I'm always somewhere. And tonight, I'm at the Tarentum Eagles karaoke and name that tune. So 8 to 12. 8 to 12. Tarentum Eagles. They also have a cheeseburger night, like on Tuesday or Wednesday. It goes crazy. No, don't go there. I don't think they have. Oh, they don't do that. Yeah, I don't think they have it anymore. When their kitchen was there, it was good. Oh my God! I'll get the scoop afterwards. This has been Poduty in the News for November 1st, 2025. Let's go back to
What time is it? What time is it? Oh, it's time for Poduty and the News. Poduty and the News. The only live news podcast about podcasting from the stage. Poduty and the News. Poduty and the News. The only live news podcast about podcasting from the stage.
and DJ Sky from Ashley Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She has Quickie Food Truck if you ever need a food truck.
Oh, Quickie Food Truck. Ashley Johnson, thanks for the comment.
Oh, we're still